pestering you, but seriously, you can't pass up on these guys. Not if you want to become one of the crew. I hope you're not having second thoughts. I kind of put my neck out for you. Just get your ass out of here. Bye.
up. Have you heard of this fella Eddie of the infamous East Siders? Used to rule the circuit. Had this killer girlfriend Melissa that I used to, well, you know, never mind. That's all ancient history now. So listen, they're setting up this challenge with select racers. Select meaning high enough rep. Stay tuned. Come on, man. You're telling me you don't know anything. How many different ways you want me to say it?
I just don't get it. Someone's gotta know something.
Well, they wouldn't be very good super secret underground outlaw dudes if everybody knew who they were now, would they?
You should have seen them, Robs. Oh, cray, man.
Cops were so pumped they blasted straight through and ignored us.
So count yourselves lucky. Go take a moment and chill at the diner.
Oh, Manny said he's heading over there. We can all meet up.
All right. You guys have fun. Yo, you bailing on us? Got a claim on some split rims, and I ain't missing these babies. Ciao, boys and girls.
Okay, I'm heading over now. See you all there. And someone said the cops were slowing things down. Whatever. I haven't seen so much going on since the city strike. Keep at it, Buttercup.
I thought for sure you'd get busted back there.
It was nuts. We hit the intersection, and then these guys came busting through, and like these sleepers, right? 5-0 screaming after them, man.
I'm with Travis on this one, okay? Pull over, pay up, peace out. Traffic school's all online anyway.
Yeah. One ticket won't break you. Multiple offenses, you're gonna need bail money.
True, but you can't outrun the cops if you know how. You drive a rat easy like that, dude, you pull into a parking lot and poof, you disappear.
Man, you nuts. Ghetto bird be on you in a second. Next thing you know, you on the 10 o'clock news. Mugshot screaming, sorry, moms.
Exactly. These cop baiters mess it up for the rest of us.
Stay away from downtown's what I always say.
Yeah.
You've never been tempted to run, just to see if you could pull it off.
Not really.
Yo, dude. What kind of crew you running with these days, huh? You got priors we should know about?
Relax, man. Relax. You don't find those guys. They find you. Dude looks like they're driving your dad's car. Then, poof. They smoke you with the lights and disappear into the night.
Pick up this message, because this is it. We're shredding with Risky Devil tonight, so get over here. This is gonna be an epic night, I promise. All right, see you there. No time to waste. Find a spot. Dude, that was sick. Look, I'll be tied up for a while, so do your thing and I'll get back to you in a bit. Be safe. Later.
Don't be shy. They're just regular guys like you and me. So weird. They just hit me up like 2 minutes ago. Damn. Real cute. Watch this. Risky devil hash coming right up!
Whoa. Cook put us up to it.
Oh, really? Piggy masks? What are you trying to say?
Honestly, you're the designated divider of the pizza. What can I say?
These are the guys I wanted you to meet.
What's up, dude? Seen your moves. Killing it.
True that, bro?
Yeah, but if you're serious about mobbing with these dudes, you gotta get more street cred. You gotta bust up that chassis.
Yep.
Destroy those wheels.
Bang limiter and shred those tires.
Yeah!
You think you're ready for that?
Sit down.
I'm set to drift. Guess who'll be there? Risky Devil. Wanna join? It's gonna be good. Don't say no. Just come up.
Hey!